Hey, what's up guys? I got another build for you today. This is the post-patch updated version of the Weightless Fire Hunter that I've put together. You can see in the beginning, you'll have this screenshot of the build and then the text. This is the build that I posted in the clip yesterday of the first ever Oni Spearman one-shot. You will also see that as well. A blue arrow will pop up in this video of the first Oni Spearman that gets one shot by the Burning Gaze ult. Other than that, I will go in and tell you guys exactly how to utilize the build and more about the parts on it. Now, obviously, as a Weightless Fire Hunter, the two main things on the build are going to be your Weightless Spirit Bow and fire damage. This build utilizes range damage and headshot damage on the Weightless Spirit Bow and utilizes the second tech in the Hunter's second row for 25% status effect damage, as well as Fire Master and fire damage and status effect damage on a Shogun's Fortitude legendary charm. That all comes out to 88% fire damage put together before you factor in any other types. The reason that we're using the Shogun's Fortitude legendary charm is because after the new Ghost patch came out, you can now have class-specific ability perks on legendary charms. So whenever you hit an enemy in the head with this build, you also get the 25% weaken from having foul arrows on this build with it, and you can only have that because there is a legendary charm. The other main change that I was able to make post-update to this build that improves it as well is on the prior version of this, I had caltrops with fired up for another way to apply fire and more damage to enemies. However, with the new update, you'll see in the screenshot, caltrops can now have munitions. The chance of you getting a fire arrow isn't guaranteed, but it does help for ammo sustainability in terms of the build being able to keep up with itself, so you'll have more consistent damage output in that regard. The other keys to utilizing this build properly, you need to be consistent with headshots. You're about to see what happens when you aren't consistent with headshots, as I wasn't on this Oni Brute, and it does much less damage. You need to be aware of what arrows to use on what enemy. You can take out any normal Mongol enemy with 2 normal arrows. For any Oni enemy that is not purple, you need 2 fire arrows that are headshots. For any Oni enemy that is purple, you need 3 to 4 fire arrows that are headshots. That's purple Oni archers and purple Oni spearmen. The Burning Gaze ult will consistently one-shot any enemy that is a purple Oni Lord spearman or lower, but only one of them during the ult. That is something I've noticed. So you can one-shot if it's next to an Oni brute. You'll one-shot the spearman and the brute, but if there's a third spearman, that will only get about half of its health gone. I don't know why that is, but that's a function of the game mechanics for some reason. Couple notes as we near the end of the video. You can only use the Shogun's Fortitude legendary charm on this build to make it work, because it's the only legendary charm that allows for stealth charm rolls, which is how you get the fire damage and status effect damage on it. You must have double duration going on your ghost weapons, otherwise you lose the ability to one-shot the Oni with the Burning Gaze ult. And there is no healing on this build. It is purely based on reflex and mobility with a glass cannon mindset. That's the end of the video though, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope wherever you are, you're having yourself a wonderful day. Next week, I will have the updated version of the Fire Talk Assassin, so I'll see you guys then.